and welcome to another video campaign diary for Curse of the Crimson Throne, Book 5, The Skeletons of Scarwall, Part 2, Castle Scarwall, Chapter 9, The Guest Wing. Leaving the long corridor where they fought the Minotaur skeleton guards, the group heads north into a large courtyard. Examining the area, it's clear that it was once meant for various formal functions of the castle's rulers, lord and lady, and perhaps hangers-on. There's a giant platform there. Off to the southwest corner, there is a stairs that seem to lead to a tower of some kind, or downward. It's hard to tell from the angle of Gregor's arcane eye. There's also a large, decrepit well with large amounts of shrubbery growing wildly and out of control around there. The group heads over. Lavinia particularly looks curious and looks over at the shrubbery. With her knowledge of plant craft and such, she realizes that this is not a normal plant. It's in fact a living plant creature. She identifies as a giant fly trap. Quickly, the group attacks her, attempting to grapple her, but unsuccessfully hitting her. And Gregor run in as well. It does manage to grapple Gregor, although several attempts he struggles and manages to break himself free several times after example several times. The creatures gnash at the group with its sharp plant teeth, but ultimately a combination of Lavinia's arrows, Gregor's Eldritch Blasts, his sword, combination of Renan's spells and sword, and of course Idris's rapier and sneak attack. The plants are really no match for the group, or no match for the group. The group decides whether or not they want to go east side doors of the corridor or the west side doors of the corridor. And ultimately, using Gregor's arcane eye, they look at the west corridor. He sends his eye through the wing castle. He sees, of course, an entryway that seems to be an entry, a dining area that seems to be an entry, several rooms that seem to have some incorporeal beings of some kind, and a room that appears to have a potentially incorporeal, potentially corporeal orcish woman. The group guesses, based on previous encounters and writings in a previous room, might be the Ukwar that everyone's being warned to beware of. The group enters the room, the main corridor, or the main lobby of the wing. Nothing appears to be there, but then they head further into the dining room. And just they're not particularly quiet about how they go about it. As a result, 10 wraiths, rush at them, darting in and out through walls, and nothing physical stands in their way. The group quickly moved to surround Idris, and Renan, doing several strong attacks to both Idris and before Renan puts forth his holy symbol and calls upon Sarenrae to turn 5 of the spirits. At this point, the creatures do some damage here and there. The overwhelming force of Idris's spiritual guardians that he puts up, Eno's blade, the Eldritch Blast of Gregor, and Lavinia's arrows, although she doesn't hit as much as she'd like. Idris's blade and sneak attack. The group managed to take out those arrows. Not those arrows, those wraiths. They go further down the corridor where they see several rooms that look they were once bunkhouses or sleeping chambers of some kind, into what appears to be another lobby or edge. The stumbles upon a statue of Kavazan they saw earlier, and seems overwhelmed and compelled to move up to a ladder that is in the opposite side of the room up into a small room where he's there and he feels claustrophobic, or not claustrophobic, agoraphobic. He doesn't want to go out because the world is so big. The group pauses to try and find out ways to support Eno, or get him free, and what to do about the wraiths that they know are probably on the other side of the wall from where they stand. That's where we left off. You each get 2,360 XP. That does not include the battle that was in progress when we ended the session. Anyways, I hope you had a good time. Thank you very much. See you next week.